Well, here we are again with another creepy chicken for your listening pleasure. If you're new to the channel, then welcome. And of course, if you enjoy what you hear today, then be sure to leave us a like and maybe even subscribe so you don't miss out on any of our future stories. Now, without further ado, let's get right into today's creepy chicken. The old woman looked at me and smiled. "You remind me of someone I used to know," she rasped. Her smile didn't reach her eyes though, and something about it made my skin crawl. I was visiting my grandmother in the hospital. She'd had a stroke, but it wasn't serious. More of an inconvenience than anything. The doctor said she'd be fine in a week or so, just a little therapy, that sort of thing. But when they moved her to the rehab wing, she ended up in room 237. My parents and I went to see her the next day, but I didn't go in. I waited in the hallway as they talked to her. When they came out, they were crying. "She doesn't recognize us," my mom whispered. "What did the doctor say?" I asked. "Nothing. They're doing tests, but she has no idea who we are. It's like she's not there." My dad dabbed at his eyes. "Maybe it's for the best," Mom said quietly. "She never recover. She's better off without us." I felt a lump form in my throat, but I swallowed it down. That night, I couldn't sleep. I kept replaying the scene from earlier that day in my head over and over. I finally got some sleep around 3 a.m., but by 4, I was awake again. It was still dark outside, but the sun would be up soon, so I decided to get up and take the train into the city. Maybe I could find something to eat, maybe a movie, something to keep my mind off things. When I got to the hospital, the sun was just starting to rise. It was still early, but the rehab wing was already bustling with activity. I found my grandmother's room easily enough. It was at the end of the hall, last door on the left. I knocked lightly. No answer. Of course, I turned the doorknob and pushed open the door. No one was in the bed. The window was open and the curtains were blown wide, letting in a shaft of sunlight that illuminated dust motes dancing in the air. There was a chair next to the bed with my grandmother's blanket draped over it. I shrugged and walked out into the hall. Maybe she was in the bathroom or something. I'd find her eventually, I told myself. As I turned to leave though, I noticed a woman sitting in the chair where my grandmother's blanket had been. She was small and frail with papery skin. Her eyes were closed and her mouth was slack, revealing a set of yellowed teeth. I froze. This wasn't my grandmother. Whoever this was, she was shriveled and withered like a dried flower. Was this person real? Or had my grief turned me into a paranoid schizophrenic? Was this my grandmother's ghost? Had she come to collect me? Suddenly, the woman opened her eyes. I screamed and stumbled backward, tripping over my own feet. As I fell, I looked back to see the woman standing up, smiling slowly. "You remind me of someone I used to know," she rasped, her voice like sand. Her smile didn't reach her eyes though, and something about it made my skin crawl. In a panic, I scrambled away, backing toward the elevator. The doors opened and I stumbled inside, pressing the button for the ground floor. I didn't want to ride the elevator, but I was too afraid to take the stairs. What if she followed me? I rode down slowly, my eyes squeezed shut, waiting for whatever hell awaited me. I stepped out onto the ground floor and ran to the exit. Outside, I started to calm down, realizing that the woman wasn't after me. I mean, how could she have possibly gotten out of the room without anyone noticing? I continued walking until I reached the bus station, deciding to take the bus home. The ride was uneventful and I soon arrived at my house. I haven't seen that woman since. However, I think about her often. Who was she? Why did she look so familiar? And most importantly, where is she now? About 2 months after my encounter with the woman in the hospital, my grandmother passed away. It wasn't a surprise. Her body simply gave up on her. I never saw the woman again, but I felt her presence in my dreams. One time I dreamed that I was back in that room, the white walls closing in on me, the woman sitting on the bed. I tried to tell her that she wasn't my grandmother, but she only smiled and reached out a hand that ended in gnarled claws. I woke up screaming and have never gone back to that hospital, not even to visit my grandmother's grave. I can still see the dried flowers in the corner of my eye and hear the woman's raspy voice echoing in my nightmares. Am I crazy? Did I really see a monster in that hospital room? Or was it all a dream brought on by too much stress and not enough sleep? I don't know. All I do know is that when I see an old woman, I can't help but think, is she hiding something? Is she watching me? Is she waiting for me to turn my back so she can strike?